In today's Brian Murray Show, we're going to talk about online home tours and are they worth it? We're going to talk about how the market and, of course, the good, the bad, and the ugly. So, welcome to the Brian Murray Show, a real estate show, New Jersey style. We can get right into it with today's discussion point. Quick question for you. What does this book, written by Gary Vee, one of my favorite social media people, and this shoe, happens to be my shoe, have in common? The answer is you can easily purchase both of them online. You can purchase Gary Vee's book, another shameless plug for Gary Vee, Amazon, BarnesandNoble.com, or wherever they sell these books. And you can know, based on the reviews, that you're going to get a book, and it's going to have, 350 pages of wisdom in it, 362 pages of wisdom in it. And, it's going to weigh about this much, and it's going to be about this size, and, ideally you get some value from it. And it's going to come right to your house in a day or two, and that's what you're going to get from the book. And if you don't like the book, well, I think maybe not everybody can like everything. And then if you buy this shoe, okay, it's brown, it's got a buckle, that kind of thing. Now, what happens if you buy this shoe and it turns out that it's the wrong size? Now, if you bought it from Amazon or Zappos or one of another 100 shoe sellers out there, you go online and you hit a little button and another button, and then they send you a return label and you send it back, and then they'll send you the right size or they'll credit you or that kind of thing. So the real sameness about this book and this shoe is that you can buy them online and have a reasonable amount of comfort that you can return them if there's a problem, if the book is all torn up, if the shoe's not the right size. It's easy, and you know what you're getting. You know that this is a brown leather shoe. It's got a buckle. I mean, there's no surprises with this shoe, really. It is what it is. You can see a 360 of the shoe. It's kind of what it is. You see the bottom of the shoe. So a lot of people are touting home tours, 3D tours of homes as the next wave of true selling. And for me, I completely disagree with this. I think a 3D tour is really about eliminating a home and not buying a home while you're sitting on your couch. Because here's the thing that's different than a shoe and different than a book. There's actually two big things that are different from a shoe and different from a book. The most practical big thing is that you can't return a house. You can return a book, you can return a shoe. You buy a house, it's yours to keep. Their switching costs are very, very high. You'll have to call me, and I will have to sell your home, and my services are of great value, but they are not cheap. So one is switching cost. And number two, which is just as important, people buy feel. Books don't have a feel. Shoes have a style, but they don't have a feel. You don't walk into a shoe and say, wow, that makes me feel a certain way that it doesn't online. It doesn't have a spaciousness. It doesn't have a light. It doesn't have a homeness to it. You might be able to buy an investment property online. You might be able to buy a home if you already know what the home is. Oh, you own another condo in the building. You've been to your friend's house and it's identical because you already have the feel. But I'm saying that if you don't have the feel already, there's no way to buy a home online through a walkthrough. I don't care so much about the 3D tour for purchasing as much as for elimination. you're just not going to be able to feel the difference by sitting home on the couch, clicking. So this was today's discussion point. What does a book and a shoe have in common? What do a book and a shoe have in common that home buying does not? Today's hot topic. How's the market? It's always today's hot topic. It's every day's hot topic in the COVID world. Today, September 15th, 2020. Here's a look at some of the numbers. So, as you can see, for actives in Hoboken, there's 364 homes. In the last 7 days, that's 83 homes that have come on the market. In the last 30 days, it's 167. So a lot of homes have come on the market. Half of the homes in the last 30 days came on in the last 7 days. That's a lot of homes. So there wasn't a lot of activity maybe in the last half of August to beginning of September, which is usual. And then lots of sellers rushed in. The good news is that the contracts in the last 30 days have been 87, and that really puts us at about 4 months of inventory on a rolling average, which is great. Average days on market of those that went under contract is 35. So while it's not lickety-split, it's not excessively long. Sales in the last 30 days have been 82 sales, so that you can see that market's picking up. And of those 82, the sold price to list price percentage was 98.8%. So what sold at a 1.2% discount to ask on average. In Jersey City, it's a little bit different. You have the number of condos on the market are 328, does not include a lot of the new construction. In the last 7 days, it's only been 45, so it hasn't been that rush that Hoboken has. Last 30 days, again, 139. So there is, that would be more of a slow crawl there to like more of an average number coming on each week. Under contract in the last 30 days is only 37 compared to 87 for Hoboken. Again, it's a little bit behind in Jersey City, given the type of properties that are on the market, where the buyers are coming from. So the Jersey City has always been a little bit behind in the COVID world to a Hoboken market. The average days on market of those under contract is 31. In the last 30 days, the sales have been 43 versus Hoboken's 82. So you can see even the lag, because sales are really a 60-day lagging indicator of what's really happening in the market. So you can even see 60 days ago, Hoboken was really much more ahead. And then the sold price to list price percentage is 98.3. So again, a half a percentage more discount in Jersey City on average. And that kind of goes with the number of volume and everything else that's going on. So that's today's How's the Market? And the good, the bad, the ugly. The good is we just talked about some of the how's the market and what's going on. And the really good part about is that there are real numbers out there. As they say, information is plentiful, but wisdom is scarce. And, having a valuable source that can really look at the numbers in a way that tells you what's going on in your particular segment. If you're a buyer or a seller or an investor or a landlord, what's really going on in the 2-bed, 2-bath, elevator parking, no outdoor space segment in Hoboken? What's really going on in the 1-bedroom, outdoor space, full service building in Jersey City? So you really need to take that expert advice and really kind of parse it down to what you're looking at. Because the how's the market it's like a 30,000 foot view of generally what's the buyer mentality, what's the seller sentiment out there. But it doesn't really get to your particular situation. So the good news is you can get to there. You just need to go ask an expert. Secondly, the bad. It's content that's processed and packaged. In today's discussion point, we talked about the reasons that home buying online is a really hard thing and not a really practical thing. And yet there's a lot of content that realtors are are putting out there that someone else wrote, talking about how great it is and all the tips and the tricks of buying a home online. Well, guess what? Somebody else wrote it. The realtor that's sending it to you didn't do those things. They didn't realize that it's not working. They didn't realize that, hey, you know, that buyer, it's great to see that walkthrough tour, that 3D tour, but ultimately at the end of the day, they need to feel it. You know, packaged content is just that. It's packaged. USA Today, it's New York Post, it's packaged content. It's not something that's meaningful maybe to what's happening in your segment of the world. Again, so bad is packaged content. And then ugly. And this has happened to me a couple times this week. Ugly. Agents that just don't follow the showing rules. And they get the sellers angry. And they get the tenants angry. Because, yes, they wear masks. And they better be wearing masks. But they don't take their shoes off like they're supposed to, and like the signs say, and like the postings say, and like the booties say, and like everything. They don't take their shoes off. They don't put gloves on when they're asked to, even though there are gloves on the counter. They leave lights on. They leave windows open. They leave shades up. It drives people insane. It drives sellers insane. It drives tenants insane. And you know who they call? They call me. They call me and they say, why did the agent leave the lights on and cost me 4 cents worth of electricity? Why did the agent not put booties on, so now I have to mop my floor? Why did the agent not put gloves on, so now I have to call my cleaning person to disinfect the whole place? Why? That's the ugly. It's the ugly, ugly, ugly. Please, when you're going to visit a place, just be respectful of the people who live there and what they're asking you to do. Everybody's got their own situation, and you don't know if by touching something or by dragging something in, you could really impact somebody's life in a really negative way. So that's today's The Good, The Bad, The Ugly. Thank you so much for watching The Brian Murray Show. As always, all of the episodes are on my blog at themurraypropertygroup.com. I do appreciate any social media likes, follows that you can give me on Instagram, on Facebook, on LinkedIn. Share it, share the content. It's all original content. I do appreciate every share and like and follow. And again, all questions are welcome. And if there's anything that you disagree with, reach out to me directly and I'll show you why you're wrong. Thanks for watching.